welcome to today's tutorial video. So in today's video we are going to be learning how to do a beaded ring and matching bracelets. If you're watching me for the first time, I'd like to say a massive thank you for spending some time on this channel. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I'll ask that you subscribe now and hit the notification bell just so that you'll be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. Right, let's get right into the project. In front of me, I've got different sizes of crystal beads with colors. And then on my left, I have here my seed beads. The size for my seed beads here are size 18 seed beads. And then I have my crystals here. This one is a 4mm crystal bead. This is 6mm crystal bead, and the bigger one here is an 8mm crystal bead. Okay, so you're going to need, for the 4mm crystal beads, you need 6 of them, and then you need one 6mm crystal bead, clear or whatever color, but this is going to be my arrangement for my ring as my centerpiece, and for my bracelet, this will be my arrangement for my bracelet as my centerpiece. And then for that, I also have one clear 8mm crystal beads and 6 emerald crystal beads. You're going to need 2 beading needles. You're going to also need your beading thread. So for me, in this case, I'm using the fisherman's cord. You can use any beading thread of your choice, and the size of my beading thread is 0.25. You're going to need a jam ring, a lobster claw for the closure for your bracelet, and you also need some crimp beads, as well as your beading tools. Now let's get on right into the project. I'm going to use the big eye beading needle. You just part it open gently, and then you slide your beading thread through it. So you need 2 of these, one at each end. I'm going to start beading the ring first, and the length of my beading thread for that is 30 inches. So what I'm going to do now is to get all my crystal beads for the 4mm one onto my thread. I'm going to send that to the center like that, and then I'm going to either bring in from any ends of your beading needle, either that or that will do, but I'm going to send my beading needle through all my beads. Okay, and I'm going to try and bring them together in a circle. Great. Now you can see that both threads are meeting here. All right, that is not what I want to do, so I'm going to send one of my needle through my next bead here and have my thread at both sides. So this is what you should have. Okay, so that is our first step. Now what I'm going to do next is to pick on 2 of my seed beads on both sides of my needle, and then I'm going to get my crystal bead like that and use my other needle to cross over. Okay, so this is what you should have. So I'm going to go ahead again and pick 2 more seed beads. Set it on the side and pick 2 more on my right needle. Now let's send them down. So this is what you should have. If you can see it, I'll try and zoom in so that you see exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go opposite. Now if you see, this is lining up, so I'm going to go directly opposite the bead that is ahead of me, and for me that will be this. Okay, so my needle is going in that way. And then I'm going to bring my other needle going through the same bead the opposite direction. So this is what you should have. So what I'm going to do next is pick my needle again, the one on the right, and get 2 more beads on the right. Get the same 2 on the left. So I have 2 beads on the right, 2 beads on the left. I'm going to get a third one and do a crossing on that bead. So this is my third bead. And bring my needle and thread over to this end here. So this is what I have. At this point, you don't see too much of the design, but don't worry, we're going to carry on and see how it goes from there. Okay, so from here is much more of a repeat pattern, and what you're going to do now is 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and 1 on the cross. So 2 beads on the right, 2 beads on the left, and then we get a third one and do a crossing on that one. Okay, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, we get a third bead, and then bring my other needle over to do a crossing, and that's what we call the crossing if you're hearing it for the first time. Okay, so this is what we're having. I'm going to do another one. Get a third one. And do a crossing here. Okay, at this point, you're going to just repeat this step until you get one that will fit around your finger beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead, try and do a lot more and bring you back as to how to make it into a ring. So my ring size is size 15, and that has to be here on this line. I'm going to use my mandrel to try and help me size this ring I'm doing. Okay, now from the look of things, when you look here, you can see that I can do with about 3 sets or possibly 4 sets, but I'll stick to 3 sets and see. So 3 sets of this ring. So I've done this. From here I'm going to have to repeat the steps about 3 times to close off my ring. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and carry on and bring it back, and hopefully we will be there with some more 3 sets to finish off the ring. Okay, so I'm done with extension I had to add. I'm going to go ahead and finish off by bringing this whole bit to join it here, and what I'm going to do there is to repeat the steps we did from here. Okay, so with my needle and thread, I'm going to pick on 2 seed beads on my left needle and 2 seed beads on my right needle as well, and I'm going to go through that crystal bead here on this side by doing a cross. Okay, so we are going into this crystal bead with a cross like that, and I'm going to bring the other one to go through the opposite side like that. Okay, so that is how we close off our ring. I'm going to try and pull my thread a bit tight, but not to snap my thread, but try and pull it a bit tight to get all my weaving in good shape, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do next is to try and secure my beads. I'm going to go through this pattern about a couple of times. So let's see, I'm going to go through like that. I'm trying to finish off now, okay? Come this way. Come back that way to here, okay? So we're just basically trying to end the weave, but we want to try and finish it off beautifully. So I'm going to leave that one and get on the other thread as well. And repeat the same thing. What that does is it actually makes your weave very firm. So if you ask me if you can go all the way back, do it, but if you can't, that's not a big deal as well. I'm going to go back a few more steps and try and end it along the way somewhere there. Okay, so at this point, this is what we have on the size 15 ring size, and when I push my bead there, it fits perfectly. So what I'm going to do now is try and tie my beads off, because I've been able to go through the beads and I've brought all my threads back to the same spot, mating it together. So I'm just going to tie a knot and get my lighter to bend the ends to further secure it. All right, you don't need to have a mandrel to do this. You can just do it without putting it on a mandrel, but I just felt like finishing it off on a mandrel basically. So I'm going to tie it very firmly, cut my ends off, leaving a little bit of working length to be able to bend it and secure my ends basically. So this is what I have as my ring. I'm going to try and do this, a similar one for a bracelet. So the bracelet is basically the same technique, just that I'm going to leave a space here where I'm going to connect my closures, which is my lobster claw and jam ring, so that I can close it there. But it's basically going to be the same technique. As you can see, I'm actually really loving it so much. That's beautiful, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to do another tutorial video, hopefully capture the bracelet in there. I don't want to put it together in this video as it's going to make it too long, but we've come to the end of today's tutorial video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give our video a thumbs up and don't forget to share as well. Leave all your comments in the comment section below and we'll be careful to respond to you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, and looking forward to seeing you again in our next tutorial video. Until we meet again, have a brilliant day. Bye.